Hey, good afternoon guys, welcome back to the kitchen. Well, today what we're doing? Today I'm going to be making some leek and potato soup. There's our leeks, got some spring onion, got regular onion, butter, unsalted, lots of garlic, about 4 to 5 cloves, and our potatoes. I won't tip them over too much, just full of water, keeping them right. So I'll go through a recipe with you properly, but I'll list it all down if you need that one. Please leave me a message, let me know what you can do, what you want, and please buy me a coffee, somebody. Let's start the ball rolling. The first one who buys me a coffee, I'm going to send them out a t-shirt. So that sounds good to me. Let's get cracking. So we'll start with our onion. Just grab them out. Basically you want one large onion. This one is a little bit small, but we'll just quickly dice that up. We are going to be putting this through a blender anyway, so don't worry about it too much. It just makes it a bit easier on the motor if we give it a bit of a chop. That's our onion done. We'll do our garlic next. Again, I'm not too fussed, we'll just give it a crush. Crush that down, and then we're just going to quickly run our knife through. Put that back in our bowl. So we just want to keep this as basic and as simple as possible. Might as well do our green onion now. Now the green onion we're going to use in two purposes. So we'll just take our root off, take off outside, try and make sure we're clean. Oh, that onion's strong. So we'll just clear them off, get off some of these dead ends. Right, get rid of these. So I'm trying to work quickly here. So the whites, I'm just going to quickly chop up and throw them in with our regular onion. The rest is going to be for a garnish. So we're just going to sprinkle that on top of our soup once we're done. That should do nicely. Let's get rid of some of this. Now our leeks, we're just going to take off the root to that point. Now some of the leaves are a little bit wilted at the end, so we'll get rid of them. Do the same to all of these. So again, just trim up. Have a look through if there's anything that's like a horrible dead leaf. We'll get rid of that. Now, we need to wash. You can peel off the outer edge. As you see, we get dirt inside, and I'll show you how we deal with that one. So what we're going to do now is basically, from our root end, we'll put our knife in, and we're going to cut from both sides, so we can actually open that out and fan it out to get, as you can see, there's a lot of dirt in here, so we don't want to be eating that. That's just nasty. So this is why we leave our root attached. So again, we'll do that to all of them. I'll take the outer leaf off this one. And we do have a lot of forest fires, if you've been watching my live, all around the town at the moment. So the whole town is pretty much surrounded by it all. And as such, it's playing havoc with my sinuses and everything. I'm all blocked up and not good at all. But I'm just going to give these a quick wash out in the sink, and then we'll get to chopping. Sometimes it's a little bit, it depends on where you buy them from. Sometimes it can be very clean, and sometimes it's just nasty. I've even pulled out insects out of here, so if you're a vegetarian, make sure you wash. Otherwise you might be eating a caterpillar or a little beetle. And before we put them back on our board, we need to wipe our board off, because there will be sand and dirt in there. My kitchen is an absolute mess at the moment. Just been so busy. Just have a quick flicker through, make sure we're getting clean. You can, if you want, if you've got a large bowl. Once you've cut them, put them in a large bowl, give them a good shake around. So, here we go for now. I like to start the cooking Let's get them in. So that's us pretty much ready to go. So I'm just going to clean up a little bit here, and then we'll get, oh actually, no, I'm dropping the ball again. Got myself all excited for nothing. Potato time. So potatoes, now if you do them quite small, they will cook a lot faster. So basically something like this should do. Probably roasted peppers. So again, let's put our potatoes back into the water until we get ourselves all set up and everything ready to go. And here's the one other ingredient that I didn't mention. Now this is my homemade chicken broth. So that's just basically made cooking down our chicken. Well, chicken carcass. And it's absolutely wonderful. I put it in the fridge, let it go completely cold. And then that way we have all the fat will solidify and we can scrape the fat off. There's still a little bit in there, I'll leave a little bit for flavour. Right then guys, let's get cracking with this. So we'll get a heat under our pan. Get that down there, let's go. Get a bit of heat built up on that. And we'll go straight in with our 3 tablespoons of butter. Just get that coating the bottom straight away. We don't need to go crazy with this. I know it's not the best angle possible. I'm not looking into the bowl or anything like that. I'll get to that soon. Now I'm going in with my garlic while the heat's building. I love the smell of garlic, beautiful. And we'll go in with our onion. Then we're just going to cook that, let it soften up a little bit. our onions softening up nicely, I'm going to go in there now with our white parts of our leek. We'll just get that colouring up now, and it's time for some pepper. Lots and lots of pepper. Need a bit of salt. Beautiful, beautiful smells coming through now. Now, I'm actually going to give that a little bit longer first. I want that to go a little bit translucent. And now I'm going to go in with the green part of the leek. And we want that to break down a little bit first. Let that. Try not to get any caramelisation on the onions, keep that cooking. Now we'll drain our potatoes. So we'll get our potatoes in here. Now this is going to be a very full pot, and I might end up having to do this in 2 or 3 stages. I made the mistake of loaning out my big stock pot, so it's a little bit difficult to be doing this, but it will break down. So once we give that a stir, I'm going to start adding our chicken stock. As you can see, there's still a lot of the collagen, a lot of the jelly is in there. Absolutely fantastic. Let that warm up a little bit and then we'll add some more. Let's get a bit of heat under there, we'll let that go. So we don't want too much in the pan. That's just a nice amount for this pan. And say the potatoes will break down. So now I'll bring that to the boil, and then we want to simmer for 15 to 20 minutes until the potatoes are soft. And before I forget, 3 or 4 bay leaves. Won't do that one now. And a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. Just while that's coming to heat. And there we are, guys, we're at a nice rolling boil. So now I'm just going to reduce that heat down to a lower setting, and then we'll drop our lid back on, and we're just going to leave that. We want to have the lid slightly cracked. If it doesn't want to do that, a little trick is just put your spoon in. That way we'll just let some of that steam out without it overwhelming. It shouldn't boil over. Right, let's have a quick check, see how we're doing here. So just bring some of them potatoes up, test them with a fork. Now they're nice and fork tender. They've still got a little bit of firmness to it. So I think basically we're good to go. Just give that a stir through. Now I'm going to turn the heat off. We don't need that heat anymore. The residual heat should be enough. But I'm going to have a look through here now. We want to find our bay leaf. Give a bit of time. There's one. Okay, so I've let that cool down. It's had about 10 minutes or so. It's nice and soft, juicy. The aroma coming off this now is all about the onion. A little bit of onion got burnt there, I don't like that. So we're ready to start blitzing. Now, just for protection, I'm using the tea towel over my arm just in case of any splashes. And I'll show you why, because you get things like this. If you're not careful, that's a burn off an oven sheet, so be very careful. Now make sure the head is fully submerged before you turn on. This one's got 2 speeds, I'm doing it on the lower speed first. Have another quick check. I'm getting no lumps in there whatsoever. Fantastic. Looking a quick grilled cheese to go with any type of soup. So a nice crusty bread. Now I'm going to cut this on an angle so we get a slightly larger piece. Cut them about 3/4 of an inch. So we'll put that to one side. It's a nice fresh bread there. Want a little bit of butter or margarine on here. Should do nicely. And I'm using margarine as I am lactose intolerant. I can withstand a little bit of it, but not too much. So a little bit of margarine on the inside. And I'm going to go in with some mozzarella cheese. Try and fit in as much as you can. I got a few green onion. Just adds to our flavour. Some black pepper. Now I'm going to close that up. Add a little bit more margarine to the outside. Right then guys, that's a big griddle hot. I was going to do outside on the black stone, but it's too much smoke out there at the moment. So I like to use one of these. That's a nice little press, great for your burgers, or it's almost like having panini. But there's our bread and cheese sandwich. Butter sides up at the moment. We're going to flip that over, put that down over. Whilst we're waiting for that one to brown off a little bit, we'll have a little bit more margarine or butter. The choice is yours on this side. And then we're going to get our press and we're going to put that on top. Squish it down. Now make sure you put this onto your griddle first. That needs to heat up too. Get under that cheese. Turn that over. Got a beautiful cheesy crust on that one now. We're going to go over to my cutting board. Now I've been through this once before. We'll just cut this down now. Don't leave it straight on the edge like that. We'll grab our cutting board, our plate, stand it up. You can do it face to face, anything you want like that. We're just going to move that up to one side for a moment. Our soup's cooling down nicely, ready to go. Absolutely wonderful. So we're going to get a couple of big ladles of soup in there. Try not to make too much mess. Taste test. We'll put our soup on the side. So let's bring that into focus a little bit. Let's see what we got. We've got a nice grilled cheese with our cheesy crusty bread on top. We've got our soup. Now, a twist of black pepper. Now for me, this is my homemade chili sauce. It's somewhere between a sriracha and a Frank's. Just give yourself a little swirl. I use this because I don't have cream. And a sprinkle of the green onion. Now if that doesn't look beautiful, I don't know what does. Let me know what you think, guys. I want that big thumbs up. If you haven't been here before, subscribe. Let me know where you're from and what you like. But now I'm going to dive in and we'll have a little taste. So we'll try and get a little bit of that hot sauce and the green onion. Oh, that's so good. Oh yeah, ooh-wee. That little bit of heat kicks in. Oh, that is absolutely fantastic. Now, just in case you're wondering, why do I stand up my bread or my cheese sandwich? Because if you lay it down, it goes all soggy. We don't get this anymore. We've got our cheese, nice hard crust, nice crusty bread. Let's have a taste. Oh yeah. The combination of these two together, absolutely amazing. Oh yeah, that is so good. Like I say, guys, smash that like button. Oh yeah.